Hey everyone, Techne here with a headset review, hot off the press. And the headset we have, hold on. I always try to make this all secretive and I don't know, am I trying to build myself up here or something? You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't have it in frame, hot off the press, heck, I got the dang thing in the title. Like, what's so, let me just get it here. Anyway, the brand new release Logitech G Pro gaming headset. Now this is the one without the blue voice deal. This is just a $99 set, the Logitech G Pro. Let me pull you and show you, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so what did you guys think about the close-ups right there? You know what I thought when I first popped them open, even when I was looking at them online, I was like, wow, geez, did they partner with HyperX to make these things or something? I mean, they look like a spitting image of a HyperX headset almost. I mean, seriously, the only thing that really makes them any different is this Logitech little logo right there. If you take that off, like, you might not even be able to decipher which one's which. But they really do look great. I mean, just straight to the point, I think they look pretty crisp. This is one thing I say I didn't like about the look. Is like on the silver, I don't know if you guys can see there. See how it's kind of got a bluish tint, right? I wish it was just straight silver. Let me see if I can bring it. There you go. You can see it pretty good now. And that's no camera trick or anything. Again, it has like a little, I don't know if they're trying to shoot for a gunmetal look, but it has a very bluish tint to me at least. I wish it was just a straight solid or maybe black metal behind there would look pretty crisp. But anyways, they do look good. As far as in your box, you're going to get the headset, right? You'll get your 3.5 connector right here, which has controls on it. You get a splitter for your PC, and then you also get a USB dongle, and we'll talk about all this stuff later on down the road. And then you get your mic right here. As you can see, it is detachable, which again, later on down the road, we will do a mic test as well. You get a quick start guide, which pretty much tells you to plug in the headset, right? A little advertisement deal, then you get a Logitech sticker. All right, so number one, where I always start off with is comfort and build. And so again, staying back there, how I say they look like HyperX headsets, they honestly feel like HyperX headsets as well. As you can see, talking a little bit about build, they have the metal arms right there. As you can see, you have your notches for adjustment. And it's quite a stiff movement. If you can see on the inside, you have little notches where it catches on right there. And it's pretty firm, so wherever you put it, it doesn't slide around you by any means. But again, kind of talking about that with the arm and the metal arms right there, talking about HyperX, there's no swivel. I gotta always class this, even with the HyperX headsets, I always gotta put that as personal preference. Because people rave about HyperX and this, that, and the other, so obviously it doesn't bother some people, but if you're like me, my head, I guess, swoops back a little bit, and I get a ridiculous amount of pressure there, even with my glasses off. But I need my glasses on when I play games, so if you're wearing glasses, I don't know if you can see mine right now, but there's so much, like, I barely got to touch them because there's so much pressure back there that it almost lifts them up. And again, with glasses, without glasses, it's just not comfortable to me either way. But again, with glasses, it's even worse. And speaking of that pressure point right there, it's kind of weird because honestly, these pads are super plush, like very soft. I mean, they just sink into my head really, really nice. But again, I get that pressure there, but I think the soft pads kind of compensates for that pressure point right there a little bit, because I could wear these a lot longer than I usually can with headsets that don't have swivel right there. And I really liked them. And again, if you're used to, again, going back to that HyperX feeling, I think you're going to be very happy with these because, again, even me with the pressure point right there, no, I couldn't wear these for long sessions because I don't enjoy that pressure point. But they're pretty stinking cozy. These pads are extremely soft. So as you can see, I mean, they just have a lot of give, and it's the full travel all the way down there. And it's like they got a little bit of firmness to them, but they're not firm on your head. It's just, I mean, they feel really nice. Another cool thing too, as well, is the headband right here. Now again, it's not that whole deal right there, but I don't know if you guys can catch this on camera. I'll press, and it'll slowly go back into shape. There you go. You can see it really good right there. Anyways, you saw how I pressed it and kind of went slowly back into shape? And that's kind of the feel when I get them on my head as well. It's like you don't feel this pressure point or them really pressing on there. They kind of, it feels like they almost conform to your head, and it's a really nice feel. As far as comfort, yeah, minus the pressure point, which again, I got to put as personal preference. I think they're a win. I mean, very, very cozy. I really like the feel of them. And going a little bit more into build there, as I already talked about with the metal arms right here, as you can see with that HyperX design, pretty much exactly, because you can see it going into that bracket right on the side right there. Now the bracket is plastic, but it's a metal arm going into there, and this arm goes into a metal bracket as well. So this is your big aluminum piece right here. The headband is aluminum up here, but it's going into that plastic bracket here, and then right there as well. So that's kind of a bummer, because those are some of our big pressure points right there. So will that give way, or will this plastic bracket right here break if we drop the headset? Because it's really only one screw going into that plastic bracket right there, which makes me a little nervous. But now they do have plenty of give. As you can see, I can twist them up and bend them around here, and they feel solid. Again, the only thing that makes me nervous is that little plastic bracket right there. Like if you drop it and it lands on that, bam, that thing busts, the arm's going to come out, and it's done. You know what I mean? But other than that, I mean, they feel really durable. Again, talking those metal arms, I don't keep going back to them. Look how thick that metal is. I mean, they are very, very thick. The only it's almost a little bit sharp on the edges. So if you set it down on your desk or a glass desk, just be careful because you don't want it to ding your surface by any means. Another cool touch that I really like as far as build is the wire coming from the headband into the ear cup right there. As you can see, it has that little spring. So whichever way you adjust it right there, you have that give, or if you go down here, and it's not really just kind of out there dangling. So you don't really got to worry about it catching onto stuff too much because it's always going to be hidden right up in here in between the ear cup and the headband. Really, really cool touch there. I really like that. One other thing I really like is cheesy as it sounds. As I showed in the close-ups, as you can see, it shows left and then right inside there of the ear cup. I just think that's pretty cool instead of having them printed on the outside. I don't know, it is painted on because you can feel when you brush across the inside and then across that, it gets really rough. So you can tell it's just painted on there. So will that give over time? I don't know. I guess you kind of got to remember, hey, the side with the wires and everything is the left side, but I think that's pretty cool touch just so it's not out there on your headset. It just keep that really sleek, really cool design on the outside. Now also on the ear cups, as I talked about before with the little Logitech logo right there, it is metal. The whole ear cup is plastic, but this deal's metal, so that's kind of good if you set it down. You got a little bit of extra protection right there. One other thing as far as build, which I really like, is pretty cool. As you can see, the little slits in the back or the top of the ear cup right here and here, that's pretty nice. What that does as far as the bass, so it's not just sitting in there kind of rumbling and shaking and just making the bass overdone in the ears right here in the ear cups. It kind of just lets that go. Kind of think about if you got a subwoofer or some bookshelf speakers and they got the little air passages right there and you feel that bass kind of come through. It just prevents that rattle and that real muddy sound of bass. It just kind of lets the bass breathe a little bit and it just gives you a crisper sounding bass. As far as the 3.5, as you can see, it is detachable here and it plugs right into the bottom of the headset. As you can see, you have your 3.5 and then your mic insert. Now, the 3.5, it goes in here, and when you press it in, just kind of make sure, because you're going to get in there, and it's going to kind of click in once. Make sure you get there and press it in that one extra click, because trust me, I was struggling with it. I'm like, why isn't this thing working? What's going on? I'm testing, I'm resetting my PC, this, that, and the other. I said, son of a gun, I just need to press it in a little bit harder. But anyway, so that's how that deal connects. And again, you have 3.5 for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, phone, whatever, and I tested across all of those as well, and we'll get into sound here shortly. But one thing I don't like real quick that I want to kind of point out while we're talking about this 3.5 connector here, if you can see, your controls are right here. This is your mic mute, and then you have your volume wheel right here. I kind of prefer mine to be maybe a foot lower than that. I don't know. So I can just kind of pick it up, bam, and it's kind of right there and I can look down. This one I can't really, I got to look down a little bit further, right? Or kind of pull it up right in my face. As nitpicky as that may sound, it made a bit of a difference. Like I'm playing some Apex and everything and I'm trying to just adjust it. And again, I got to look straight down. Like usually I can kind of lift it up right here, have it in my screen and see it while I'm playing. Again, it may sound nitpicky, but it made a bit of a drastic difference. Again, I wish it was just maybe about a foot down right there. So again, as far as sound, I tested them across every device from the Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, PC, and then listen to some music or just watching videos and whatnot. And across the board, I was pretty shocked by them. I really liked them. Even going 3.5 with the Xbox, I had to turn them down a bit. I mean, they cranked up quite a bit. But where this headset really shines is on PC when you go into your little dongle right here. It really does, because you can download the software, which I'll show you here when we do the mic test. And when you start adjusting it and getting it to your settings, wow. I mean, holy smokes, these things sounded so stinking good. I really, really enjoyed them on PC. And again, going to Xbox, I think they sounded really great as well. Again, we got that same issue with PlayStation 4 where the volume drops a little bit. You got the same stage and everything, but I wouldn't recommend it for PlayStation 4. You know, I dabble a little bit with PlayStation 4, so I'm okay with it. It's not like my primary play area, but it does work. You can actually even use the USB dongle on the PlayStation, but it didn't increase or make the sound any better. You know what I mean? It sounded the exact same if you're using the 3.5 on there. The dongle does not work on Xbox, by the way. But again, as far as console, Switch, and that stuff, I like them. I think they get a pass. Again, on Xbox, I really, really liked them. But again, where they shine is with the dongle on PC right there. Very nice, balanced sound stage. And again, you have the equalizer where you can adjust all your stuff. And it's just, they sound so good. You know what? Let's go on and do the mic test. And while we're doing that mic test right there, I'm going to show you the equalizer and the software and everything. But again, stay tuned for the whole mic test because I got 2 of them in there for you. What I'm going to do is test it with the splitter first, and then I'll test it with the dongle right there. All right, wait, hold up. There's one thing I want to show you before we get into the mic test right there. So again, the mic is detachable, and you do have a windscreen included on it, which can come off. Anyways, it connects right there above the 3.5, and it's got a little notch so you know which way to put it in. So it goes in there. Now, one thing I want to kind of show you here is it is adjustable, as you can see right here. But let me show you. So the whole deal is not adjustable. You got this mic here, but from down here, it's not. As you can see, it goes right back up, right? So you can't adjust down there any bit. It's really just from here to here that you can adjust, if you can see right there. Right, so you got me that bottom little inch right there will not be adjusted. And I think they're kind of doing that to prevent any crackle from it going into the connection right there, which I'm okay with because, again, the mic is passable. But, again, you don't expect it to be like right here in front of your mouth. That's probably about the closest you can get right there, which is plenty fine. Honestly, when I'm doing a mic test, I have it out here quite a bit. And it's really nice because it's not in your vision. It's kind of down here a little bit, and it's out of the way. You almost forget that you have a mic on your headset, you know. Anyways, all right, let's get into the software and do that mic test. Alright, so we are now using the mic on the headset, and we're going to do 2 mic tests here. Number 1, we're going to go through 3.5 into our PC, and then we're going to plug it into the dongle. Right now, we are going 3.5 with the splitter, and while we're doing this test here, we're just going to look on Amazon at this headset. As you can see right here, we got the one for $100, the one we are testing. Over here, you got the one for $130 with the Blue Voice and the DTS 7.1. Again, that Blue Voice, it's just a thing in the software. The mic's the same and everything. They just give you the blue software so you can adjust your mic all sorts of different ways, which you can adjust it plenty fine with this one. But again, you just have more options with that one there. So that's kind of where your $30 is coming from. Don't look at that 7.1 as anything. Again, as I always state, 7.1 in headset is all fake. It doesn't sound like true 7.1. It just kind of might enhance your highs a little bit here and there, you know. But if you're interested in headset surround sound, just go buy Dolby Atmos and use it on every single one of your headsets instead of paying extra money for it in a headset. Anyways, let's go on and do the other mic test, which we're going to go on and plug in the USB dongle right now, and I'll be right back with you. All right, so now we have the dongle plugged in, and again, we have the Logitech G Hub software here. Now, real quick, make sure you don't go down to the, what is this? Let me try to load it up real quick. The Logitech gaming software. Let me see. Here we go. Let me load this up real quick. Yeah, this one right here. Make sure you do not use this right here, the Logitech gaming software has that, because the headset will not come up on there. That's what I was trying at first, dabbling with it, and it just wouldn't work, right? So anyways, you're going to Logitech look for some help and whatnot, and then lo and behold, you download this right here, and this is how you can activate all of these settings using the dongle on this Pro headset here. Anyways, let's go on and click on that, and this is where you have all your settings here, where they say have their Pro gaming presets right here. I don't know. I don't like any of these. You know, they're all in that safe range. You know, as far as these headset companies, again, this is starting on here is your lows, like bass. You'll get up here to your highs, treble and whatnot. So again, they keep it in the safe range here, Logitech. But if you crank these up and get it to your setting up here, like if you do the same thing but have it up towards here, it'll be a lot louder for you, and you just enjoy the headset a lot more. But anyways, you have those presets right here, some defaults down here, and then of course you can copy your own. As you can see, here's mine. For example, like I said, I kind of copied the FPS one right here. Actually, I pretty much changed it quite a bit. But anyways, it's cranked up quite loud, and you get a real. Everyone's going to be different. But again, you know, maybe you'll ruin your ears like this, but hey, it sounds fantastic. It really does. Over here is pretty cool too, because you can save it. Save to onboard memory, which is the USB dongle. So again, you can just take it out. You don't have the software running. Bam, it'll be saved to that dongle right there. This does not transfer to console, by the way. The USB dongle. It's just on PC. Anyways, while we're doing the mic test here, I'm rambling on. Here we have the mic settings, which you can adjust the mic volume. I don't know if this increases. Let's try it right now. So I'm talking to you guys here. Let me crank it up. Do I sound any different? So we're cranked all the way up now. All the way up. Do I sound any different? Let's crank it down to here. All the way down. Do I sound any different now?
The OBS bar is still moving the same, so let's try. That's just our mic here. Oh, that's the volume. Okay, this is the one I wanted. Here we go. So now we got that down. Do I sound any lower? Okay, now the bar is lower. Now the bar is lower. I had the volume. I thought it was just all mic in general. That must be the what I'm hearing other people. This is the mic that's actually on the headset. So we're lower, and now I see the bar is lower, and I'm still talking the same volume. Let me go on and crank it all the way up and see if it sounds any different. Oh yeah, I'm almost hitting red right now, so I bet it sounds super loud. Okay, and then anyways, over here you have your side tone, which is your mic monitoring, and wow, let me just tell you, I just cranked that all the way up, and it is just hollering in my ear.
All right, so what did you guys think about that mic test? All I can say is wow, really shocked with it with the USB dongle. I mean, wow, wow, wow. I thought it was fantastic. You know, and that's kind of going back to why I didn't buy the Blue Voice set, because I'm not a big mic user. I pretty much never used a mic. So I said, you know what? I don't believe in spending the extra 30 bucks for it. I watched a couple of the reviews, and if people really pointed out that it's just software. It's not a different mic. It's really just other options in the software. So you're paying 30 bucks for this other software, which I thought was absolutely ridiculous, you know. So anyways, I didn't do that. I want to test these out. And again, going with that USB dongle, you have those couple of options to adjust it. It sounded great. All right, so the final conclusion on Logitech G Pro gaming headset. What would you guys say? I think I give it a pass. I really do. You know, again, I put it right in line with the HyperX headsets, and I want to answer that question. I kind of, you know, had to hold myself back from comparing to HyperX headsets so much throughout the whole review, you know what I mean? But this is the exact same class I put it in with the Clouds, the Alphas, the Cloud 2s, and all that, you know, which I'm sure a lot of you are questioning as well. And they're right around that same price range. I gotta put these, I would recommend these over any of those HyperX headsets. I really would. Is this my go-to gaming headset? No, because as y'all know with my HyperX reviews, I can't stand that pressure point right there. I don't like it. And after, you know, 30 minutes to an hour of gaming, I gotta take them off. I really don't like them. But I think these have the upper hand on comfort, sound, definitely on mic. As far as build, I don't think either of them. I'd put, yeah, the metal arms are a little bit thicker on these compared to the HyperX, but I mean, come on either headset, they're not going to break. But as far as the brackets here and here, they're the exact same. So as far as durability or build, I feel like they're both the exact same, but sound and comfort, I got to give this Logitech a win. I'm very happy with it. I'm incredibly shocked, number one, with the mic, because I didn't spend that extra 30 bucks for the Blue Voice, and I think the mic is just absolutely amazing on this. And the sound, again, get into those EQ settings, get it to your liking. Wow. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by watching this review on the Logitech G Pro gaming headset. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now. You don't know how many takes I had to do throughout this whole review because I always wanted to call this the HyperX G Pro gaming headset. I mean, it's just that simple, right?